Next time on Ding Dong Games. With the main game completed, it's time to finish off the post game. My team's strong, but things really start to get intense. These trainers are much stronger than expected. Oh god, the whole gang is in here. The Elite Four rematch, the true final battle of the game. This is it, the true final battle. Will I survive this? Don't move in an epic series finale. Time for the third and final part of this extreme nuzlocke journey. It's all or nothing now. First, I've got to get the remaining 5 badges in the post game area. Really not much happens in the survival area outside the boss battles. I catch 1 or 2 new Pokemon, and there are some mildly challenging NPCs, but most of it was rather tame. I did get a little overconfident here as I discovered the next gym leader, the Dragon type specialist, and I thought I could handle it. The good thing is that these leaders actually give you the option to refuse a battle, so you can engage them when you're ready to. I healed my team, then thought I could challenge this guy straight away without having to change my team. This ended up being a mistake. The battle starts off easy as I beat his first 4 Pokemon without that much trouble. But oh man, the last 2 Pokemon were what really screwed me over as I was not prepared for them. I do have a sashed Weavile who's technically great in this battle, but in the moment I completely forgot that Dragonite had extreme speed. This is not looking good as Milotic is badly damaged. I was damn shocked at how little damage Ice Beam on Nidoqueen did to Dragonite, even with the rivalry debuff. I expected Dragonite to use Earthquake, so I switched in my own Dragonite, but what? It used Outrage instead and completely destroyed my Dragonite. Why didn't it use Earthquake? I don't get it. Oh man, I'm in trouble here. At the very least, I know that Milotic can beat Dragonite as it's locked into Outrage, but the final Pokemon Salamence was a huge threat as my physical wall Tangrowth is not very good at countering it. I've got no choice but to switch out as Milotic is too valuable to risk. The battle ends up being really close and it ends with the Salamence knocking itself out in confusion. Oh my god, this was uncomfortably close after losing half of my team and almost outright losing the whole battle. This was my fault admittedly for not preparing enough, but from now on I'll do better. Now I need another new team, but some good news is that I caught this Vibrava in the desert. Flygon in this game is now a pseudo legendary, which is awesome, it's super strong. But right after that I had no counter to this Abomasnow and had to sacrifice my Machamp. Goodbye Machamp. Oh yeah, I started using Togekiss as my Yawn Protect user from the egg that I hatched at the beginning of the game. And man, it's so good, especially as it's got an impish nature. Time for a comeback after running into the 3rd fairy type gym leader, and this time I am prepared for it. My leading Togekiss puts in so much work by just stalling with Yawn Protect and leftovers. Mawile is in next, and this thing definitely got buffed, but my Tangrowth walls it. Uses Sleep Powder, then my new addition to the team Rhyperior now gets its time to shine. Counter a Azumarill like before with Tangrowth. Then against Clefable I use a spicy Grumpig build, which is a max special defense to power fuse and beat it. Thankfully Gardevoir does not get a critical hit on me as my Crobat sweeps to win. Alright, 3 more gym badges to go. Next up is a new Dark type gym leader. Keep in mind that I am completely blind at this point of the run. But this battle was not very hard as Togekiss just goes to work, along with Milotic as they're both fairy types now. As you can see, this was a complete breeze. Not long to go now. Let's just go straight to the next gym leader, the normal type user. Damn, my Rhyperior is tanking super effective hits here like nothing. It has a defense boosting nature with defensive EV values, making it a complete physical tank. Oh baby, he's packing a Bibarel, which got some good buffs in this game. Tangrowth still walls it though. Oh my, not Dodrio again. This thing still scares me. But not even his massive high jump kick puts a dent in Rhyperior. Jesus. This Porygon Z was a potential threat, but luckily it didn't get lucky, and Garchomp sweeps to win. I'm intensifying. 1 more badge to go. While making my way to Stark Mountain, something happens. Annoyingly. This Hariyama used Counter and one-shot Rhyperior. Damn it, I love that Pokemon, and I just got it also. Oh well. The last gym leader uses poison types, so it would have been really good against that. Regardless, I challenged the last gym leader. I outspeed Gengar and used Sword Stance with my Garchomp, expecting a full restore. Then after that, I just sweep. Just like that. A bit anticlimactic. This is one of the very few setup sweeps I pulled off, but even then I only used one setup move in the whole battle. But with that, I have now completed every single gym badge in the main game and the post game. But there's still much more to do in this game, before the post game is truly finished. First, I've got to battle Chuck, the true final gym leader. The battle was a bit anticlimactic as Grumpig easily tanks Torkoal even with the Sun boost due to its Thick Fat ability. After getting a free turn, I once again set up a single Sword Stance, then just easily sweep his team. Damn. Oh my god, in the Stark Mountain I've got to battle two Galactic Commanders back to back. Thank god I get healed up in between, otherwise I would have most certainly lost here. Saturn was alright, though the Brave Bird and Crobat is always a threat, unless you resist it. Garchomp did scrape by. Jupiter afterwards was harder as her Crobat had Hurricane, which smashed my own Crobat while it was flying. Thankfully there were no critical hits and I got through this without any casualties. That was a bit tense, it came out of nowhere. And now I've got to team up with Chuck to get the Magma Stone. This however was way harder than expected. It started off easily, but it turned out that in many of the double battles, Chuck's Pokemon kept fainting, which was a massive burden to my team. The unthinkable happened here, when the opponents double attacked and got a critical hit on my beloved Togekiss and destroyed it. Though that was my new favourite Pokemon. Milotic also got hurt really badly. Man, this is bad and I now need a new replacement for Togekiss. However, this is where the unthinkable really happened. In this battle, Chuck got wrecked way too early, leaving me to face two powerhouses at once. Yes, this really happened. And to make this worse, Chuck's Torkoal had Drought, which nerfed my own Milotic, which is so obnoxious. This is bad. Very, very bad. At this point I'm screwed, and I have no choice but to sacrifice some Pokemon. There's just no way around it, it's 2 against 1. First, Crobat goes down. Tangrowth barely survives a double attack. Grumpig is the least useful Pokemon on my team, so I sacrifice that also, as Tangrowth is really important to me. Then the final sacrifice. Garchomp! No! I took a risk by attacking Poliwrath since it's got Ice Punch and I was gambling on Dragonite hitting itself in confusion so I can get a win. It did not. Jesus Christ. But with this, at the very least, the Outrage Lock ensures that Milotic can finish this battle. Wow. Just wow. On one hand, I'm pissed at what transpired as Chuck was really incompetent, which was annoying. But at the same time, I'm just glad that my two best Pokemon made it out alive, Milotic and Tangrowth. At least I've still got them. Okay, now, no more fooling around. I know I said that last time, but I really mean it this time. I need 3 new good Pokemon to round out my team. Also, I need another Yawn user to replace Togekiss, as it's just too good of a strategy to not use, so I took a pragmatic approach here. I never considered using any legendary Pokemon. I haven't explicitly disallowed legendary Pokemon, as some people do debate about using legendaries in Nuzlocke, and I know that most people do allow Rotom in this game, so I thought that mythical Pokemon should be fine. Things like Giratina, no, but mythical Pokemon like Manaphy and Rotom should be legal. After all, the caves and the lakes are considered new areas, and I do have 1 Master Ball. So I make it so I can catch 1 mythical Pokemon with my Master Ball. I mean, I could catch something like Palkia, but honestly, I don't know if that should be allowed. Anyways, I go to catch Uxie at this lake. The reason why is that not only can this fill in the role of a super tank for the squad, which is exactly what I need, but it also gets Yawn, which is so important. Also, this Uxie I caught had a sassy nature, making its special defense astronomically high. Alright, some good news again. I then train up that Vibrava that I caught in the desert to replace Garchomp, and this is a special attacker with a load of power. Okay, so with this new squad, I cleared out the rest of Stark Mountain easily. I recommend just battling all the trainers one on one, as Chuck is just lame as a partner. I'm just happy to have cleared out this quest. The true end of the nuzlocke is really within sight now. Hey, there's this new area here, wonder what's in it. Holy moly, everyone's here. And they all want to battle. There's literally 15 boss battles in here. Though they're all optional, and also I've got no idea what level they're going to be. This is really exciting but also really scary at the same time. They look tough, but I don't want to battle all of them. Not only will that take a really long time, but I can't risk this. After all, the Pokemon League rematch is now open. I will rebattle rival Barry one last time and call it a day here. For now. What I do first is I have a test battle before Barry to see what level I'll be up against, so I have a look around and I choose Cheryl as my test target, as her team didn't seem to be that threatening in the original battle we had. I battled her and she was manageable. I did not like how she led off with a Wobbuffet though. Uxie here put Snorlax to sleep while tagging a crit. Awesome, Uxie's really good. I was scared of losing my new Staraptor here, but I was happy that I got 2-hit KO here. Yeah, this ain't so bad. Okay, so now it's time for the final battle against Barry. I have a feeling this will be hard, but I do still have some of my counters on my team for him. Oh snap, he's significantly higher level than me. Oh, this might be bad. My own Staraptor was Focus Sash to counter his own. Milotic still counters Infernape like before. Uxie destroys his Breloom easily. I put Snorlax to sleep and Staraptor threw wings at it. Then there was the Heracross, and I can easily one-shot it. If it weren't for the fact that it was Focus Sashed, which it now uses in this battle. Goodbye Staraptor. I used you in 2 battles, but you still put in work. In the previous battle against Barry, the Heracross was not Focus Sashed, so I guess Barry must have switched up his plays to trick me. Man, it's pretty big brain of him. Now this was stupid, as I almost lost my Flygon here, as for some reason I used Bug Buzz to finish off the Heracross, then Dragon Pulse, literally forgetting that I had Fire Blast on his Flygon, and the Compound Eyes ability so it won't miss. That was really dumb on my part, but thankfully Tangrowth beats the last Azumarill, and I only have 1 casualty in my team. With that, I've beaten Barry's team for the last time, despite being underleveled this time. I am ready for the Elite Four rematch now, the true final bosses of the game. I've got to change my team and grind for this. Now, I did get spoiled only slightly on the levels of the Elite Four rematch, and I know that Cynthia's ace is level 89, while Aaron's weakest Pokemon is level 83, so I set my own level cap to level 88, which is a bit higher relative to last time, but not only are the Elite Four levels more closely grouped this time, I have now also made the decision to completely remove all setup moves from my team after losing Garchomp, so I can truly beat the champion fair and square and just make the final battle more entertaining. No more anticlimactic Dragon Dance sweep. The haters will be appeased, I guess. This will make the challenge way harder as there's no longer any insta-win setup strats. So I do my last grinding session and add a Jolly Nature adaptability Typhlosion to the team, which is unbelievably powerful as a sweeper. Not only does it have adaptability in a Jolly Nature, it even got a special attack stat boost, as if it even needed it in the first place. For the last Pokemon on my team, I was really unsure what to add, as my pool of viable Pokemon remaining in the PC was starting to wear thin, and I decided to add Piloswine, but honestly this isn't too great as it doesn't synergize very well with the rest of my team, but oh well, I don't have that many options anyway for my 6th slot. So after grinding, here I am, with the final team ready. I take one last look, then go to challenge Cynthia's final form. Will I survive? Only one way to find out. The first battle against Aaron was harder than I expected, as my team wasn't that prepared for his bug type Pokemon. I do get my Stealth Rocks up, which theoretically is really good against him. The main problem was the Drapion on his team, as nothing on my team could safely counter it, as it's got the sniper ability making critical hits fatal. But I had no choice but to take a risk in switching my Flygon. Luckily it works out as it destroys Drapion with Earth Power, and it does not get hit by a critical hit. The final threat was Cypher, and Milotic did beat it but took a lot of damage. Now a funny thing in this battle was that I never actually knew that in this game, Uxie gains the Fairy typing, making it Psychic Fairy, so it could have actually countered Cypher, but I never knew that at the time. This battle could have gone more smoothly, but at least it's done now with no casualties. Against Bertha, I do the same strategy as last time, by using Sleep to then use a Milotic to set up Rain Dance, getting rid of the Sandstorm. Then I switch back to Tangrowth and Sweep. She did end up having another Sandstreamer anyway, so the Rain Dance strategy didn't work out. Missing a few Sleep powers was obnoxious, but at this point I'm not even surprised. Giga Drain spam lets Tangrowth just destroy her team while healing up, especially the Swampert. Get Shrek, Swampert. Oh, that's bad. Well, at the very least Tangrowth has done its part by clearing out Bertha's team, but still, that was kind of irksome. I did need this to deal with Lucian's Metagross, so that's going to be a big problem I guess without a good physical wall for that. I don't know why this Duck Trio didn't use Earthquake at the end. Was it like choiced or something? Who knows. Now I'm at a disadvantage compared to last time, with only 5 Pokemon left on my team, but I've got to carry on now. At least Flint shouldn't be that hard. Milotic sets up Rain Dance, which made a huge difference. God, Uxie is so insanely bulky. Puts a Pokemon to sleep with extreme ease. This time his ace is a flipping Moltres, but without the sun it's not that scary. I simply spam Surf, as all of his Pokemon tried to use Solar Beam quite funnily. Magmortar could have got a critical hit on me, but it didn't. Then Uxie counters the last 2 Pokemon on his team, giving me the win. One more member to go. Lucian, however, will not be so easy. The Mr. Mime was no threat to Uxie, but it did set up a light screen. I know that Metagross will be a big threat, so I sent out my Sash Typhlosion, so it could maybe sweep with Eruption. Surprisingly, the Metagross was sent out next, and even more to my surprise, it had a fire resisting berry, combined with a light screen, which was still up, allowed it to survive an adaptability boosted Eruption. Thank God I had the Focus Sash. Now this is unexpected and really bad. I could have easily finished off the Metagross, but I'm too scared of it having Bullet Punch, so I switch out to Uxie. But no, it used Meteor Mash for some reason. I don't know why it didn't use Bullet Punch. Did it even have it? But it was at this moment that I found out that Uxie is in fact a Fairy type. I never actually knew that at the time. This was a bad spot for me, as Uxie can no longer counter the Metagross. I've got no good switch in for this, without Tangrowth, so I've got no choice but to risk bringing in Flygon, as it uses Ice Punch. Trying to make the predictions, I guess. Damn it, he's packing a Latios. He means business. But it must have been choice spammed as it just spammed Ice Beam, so Milotic can easily destroy it. But this final Alakazam was the real threat, as I truly have no counter to this. Unfortunately, at this point I've got no choice but to sacrifice something to Alakazam, as it hits too hard and my Uxie is too much damaged. And it had to be Mamoswine, unfortunately. My least useful team member. I'm sorry, but there's no other way. Also, my Piloswine couldn't learn Ice Shard for some reason, which is kind of annoying. Lastly, this Calmine Espeon was really scaring me and I really had to roll the dice, but luckily it got too greedy and tried to go for another Calmine, letting me stop it. Otherwise, I would have probably gone swept. In hindsight, I definitely could have done that battle better. I should have stalled out the light screen earlier, but oh well. I'm in big trouble now, as I've now got to challenge the true final boss of this game with only 4 Pokemon and no setup strategies. Oh god, this is really looking bleak, especially as I've got no setup strategies to fall back on like last time. My chances of winning are not looking good, but the only way to go is forward, win or lose. This is it. This time Cynthia leads off with Spiritomb, which is different from last time I guess, and it starts setting up Calmine, which does not look good. I need Milotic to stop it with Moonblast. The good news is that Spiritomb's only attacking move is Dark Pulse, so it won't hurt me very much. Now here something happened. I forgot in the moment that before battling Cynthia, I was supposed to use an elixir on the Milotic to restore its PP, which was incredibly dumb of me. Without my Moonblast PP, I pretty much cannot win this battle. So I decided to use an elixir during battle, just this one time, as this is the epic finale. I don't want the finale to end due to a dumb technicality. It would have been so anticlimactic and a massive fluke. Because of my incredibly stupid mistake, I had to waste a turn in battle to do this, so it's not like I'm getting an unfair advantage over Cynthia or anything. But with that done, I do beat Spiritomb, now that my PP has been restored. Had I used the elixir beforehand, this would have been easier, but I guess it's my fault. Also, I should mention that in this game, Milotic is in the extremely fast level up group, which is why it's leveling up at such a fast rate. It's kind of out of my control, though it is a little bit over leveled here. Next up in Cynthia's team was Togekiss, and this was a potential pain, as I had the power flinching set. Though Uxie was tanky enough to switch in and put it to sleep, giving me the advantage now as Typhlosion roasts it with Eruption. Now Garchomp the monster was coming at us and I was able to yawn it, but this was so close. A crit or a power hacks and this would not have worked. I should have switched in Milotic instead, but for some reason I went for Flygon. I was scared of Swords Dance, but I think this might be Choice Scarf or something. Once again, why didn't Garchomp use Earthquake? Sweet, Garchomp is down. That must have been our ace Pokemon, but what the hell? This was her true final form this whole time? And it's setting up at me. Oh, I think I'm screwed. What? That did way less damage than expected, and now it's down. That was really surprising. Wow, that was nowhere near as hard as I thought it would be. Oh, it's almost over now. I most likely have to sacrifice something to this Lucario, as I'm not sure if Typhlosion can safely counter this. I'm sorry Flygon, it has to be you. But with that done, Typhlosion switches in and blasts Lucario, and now it's the true final Pokemon on Cynthia's team. Another Milotic. My other remaining Pokemon are beat up, so no choice but to just attack it with Typhlosion, and man, I got a critical hit, damn. This looked like it was going to be another stall battle, but no, I beat it, truly finishing the post game. And it's over. I finally made it. I won't lie, seeing the credit roll really gave me the feels. I've never completed the base Platinum before, so this was a special experience for me. When the credits roll, I really feel like I've been through so much, through thick and thin, with huge successes and massive failures. I've learned so much, and it was rewarding to see my strategies work out, finally after so many failures. Especially in the end, where I stopped relying on my setup sweeps. With that, the extreme nuzlocke is truly over. Well, there is post-game content that you can do. There is the final battle against Steven here. In case you didn't know, after a certain point, you can battle Steven, so I wanted to do that. He's on Cynthia's level, so I assembled a new team that's on his level and I challenged him. I'll show you what happened in the final battle of the run. It's all over now. Well, there is one true final challenge to do in this game, and I know I've said that several times already. But after everything else has been beaten, there is one more thing that you can do. And Jesus Christ, this is not for the faint of heart. This is the true ultimate battle of the nuzlocke. There's something called the battle marathon, which is where you have to battle all 24 boss battles in this game in a row. Yes, you heard me. All 24 of them, including every gym leader, galactic boss battle, elite 4 member, and NPC rival and partner trainer. You have to battle all of them back to back in a row, and they're only healed up by this nurse once every 3 battles. The levels range from 80 to 89, which is Cynthia's team. This is actually a thing and it's unbelievable. You cannot nuzlocke this. I mean, you could, but it's almost impossible, as you get forcibly healed, and doing this at the opponent's level is just insane, unless you're literally abusing setup strategies in every battle, or you have some universal ultimate brain play that you can use. I did try this, and while I won't show you what happened as the battle was very long, I inevitably got defeated at like the 10th battle. It's at this point where the playthrough is really over. So that concludes the epic Renegade Platinum finale. Seriously, this game is just fantastic and I truly adore it. I want to make a proper video essay explaining and analysing in depth why exactly this game is so fantastic, so stay tuned for that, as it'll be something very different from usual. I hope you enjoyed the series and maybe learned something new. But until next time, this is Ding Dong, signing out.